for standing up against the harmful stereotypes that have been perpetrated against the men. I'm here to represent myself and a few. We living in a century where we living on lies. Society said the girls and we have to comply. We gonna pay reviews, we don't get reviews. Not for we get broken and we fall into the news. But it's all the brothers and we gonna take a stand. Represent hope, bringing in the brand. We gonna take a brother hand in hand. Them power elevate every boy, every man. Let me, I just want to reveal my life slowly. Look close, you gonna the message to the border. This is how we do it, cause we talk the truth to power. Walking in the spirit, walking in the water. Happy that we're dead. Full 100, walking in forgiveness. Full 100, healing from disease. Full 100, totally redeemed. Full 100, strength for the youth. Full 100, friendly with the truth. Full 100, free from oppression. Full 100, are we on a mission? Full 100.
I'm there, you know I'm ready. You set my heart aflame. You set my feet on a solid rock to stay. I'm glad I made this choice. You've given me a voice, and now I can rejoice.
They call me Mr. Diligent. When me ways are please the Lord, I'm dining with the president. Thankful for the warriors who bring me through this testament. Bring me through this testament. Bring me through this testament. Everything we have to do in it full 100. Time to praise the Lord, we say we praising him full 100. Working in the ministry, we working it full 100. Working it full 100. Working it full 100. Everything we have to do in it full 100. Time to praise the Lord, we say we praising him full 100. Working in the ministry, we working it full 100. Working it full 100.
Hi, hello. Good evening to one and all. Welcome to our Mike at Night. Thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you every single week. Thank you so much for those of you who have been with us every single week also. So let me say a good hello to Rose, Petal, Angel, Nicholas. Good evening. Joy, nice having you on, man. Joy, nice hearing your voice today. Hodge, blessings to you, blessings my bro. Lawrence Flament, boy, I tried calling you, Lawrence, but you're not answering your call. I said, boy, the man vexed with me because like he tried calling me a couple times and he trying to do me back what I do him. So good evening to you, Lawrence, but don't worry, love stay my boy, love stay. Nothing could come between us, my boy. Alright. Let me just welcome all of you all, and those of you who probably might be joining us for the first time. It's always a pleasure having you all here with us every single week. Alright, so there are one or two things that I need to just bring you up to date for. Let me just remind you that there's a book I have out that I think that you all should, many of our women should read. 7 Keys to Unlock the Mystery of Women. I wrote that in collaboration with my wife. People have been asking about that because I do have a book out, 7 Keys to Unlock the Mystery of Men. But I wanted to make sure that I don't do what women do to men by trying to tell men how to be a man. And I didn't think I was qualified to write on a woman, but in collaboration with my wife, this book is now out, 7 Keys to Unlock the Mystery of Women. You must try and get a copy of it so that you can be able to, it would help women to understand themselves and also help men to understand women and how they are. This, well, you know, on Monday, next week Monday, the 20th, is my birthday. And in our discussion last week, we said that we should probably have a birthday line. So I plan to end the program early, probably about 8:30 or 8:45, and then swing over to Zoom, in which we'll be able to be part of this gathering together of all the fans. And even if you're not a fan, even if you're a hater, even if you just want to know what's going on and you want to just eavesdrop and so on, join. You don't even need to leave your camera on, but it's just to have a little chit chat, talk, some of the things that you want to see coming on the program, some of the things that you want to see adjusted, some of the topics you want to hear, or just discuss issues and topics and so on. So that is for next week Thursday, right? The birthday is Monday, but I celebrate in whole month. But this is for next week Thursday. So make sure that you're part of it. The login information is on it already. I will put it on the Facebook at some other point so that people can have that login to be able to be part of it. Alright, if you can't get it, then just call me, message me, and I will make sure that you have access to it. But I really want to see as many people as possible showing up in that event. Alright, so you know, last week we did the 7 keys, the 7 things that cause people to leave a relationship and regret. This one that we're doing today is different. It is the 7 things, or the 7 reasons that cause people to leave a good relationship and stray. Because your home good in good house, and bad house come call you. Don't you know of so many relationships that you saw going good and both of them getting along well, and you tell yourself this is a nice couple, and all of a sudden you hear something else happen? Alright, that is what happens from time to time. Alright, Josan, yes, your work and come in, no class on your end tonight. Nicely, good to have you. Timothy, welcome, good evening. Heather Atkins, good evening, good evening. Nice having all of you all. Alright, share the live, people. Don't forget to put it to share. And also, if you are not a follower of my page, please press follow so that you can be part of whenever we go live. Because sometimes I do go live even if it is not a Thursday. Something might come on my heart and I may want to go live. So it will keep you abreast. Alright, so let's see if we could start dealing with some of these things that cause people to leave good house and let bad house call them. What I did, because I know you people already, and I know how sometimes you all tend not to take notes and expect me to write the notes. Well, I try to come up with some. And by the way, I may leave a bit early tonight for another engagement that I want to attend to. So we gotta make sure we get as many of these in. And if we finish in time, I may give you more than 7 just because you're being nice. So one of the reasons is what we call the chase. This chase is where the thrill of the chase is what drives some people into a new relationship. There are some people, they like this newness and this chase that they get and so on, the hunt, especially in men. The hunt is what gives it. For some women, it's the flirtation. They like the idea of being admired and being pursued, etc. And the man likes the idea of going after. And when people settle down in a relationship, especially if you have a relationship partner who's not chasing you, who doesn't seem to admire you, who doesn't seem to appreciate who you are and give you those nice talks in the courtship type of words and so on, sometimes you just feel for it. I'm not justifying it, I'm explaining it. This is explanation, not justification. And this is why in the marriage, you must be able to admire your spouse. Tell the spouse every so often how they're looking good. Tell your husband also that he's looking good, because sometimes we think it's only the woman wants an ego stroke. But the man also needs his own to be stroked. So figure that he is desirable. And if he doesn't feel desirable, then the chase becomes one of the options available. You all get me, my people? Right. So that chase that people look after, the thrill of the chase, that initial excitement and passion, the new romance, this new person in the office, the new person in the village, and so on. And that newness gives you back the honeymoon phase. Remember we said that there are various 5 stages of a relationship. And the first phase is honeymoon phase. That honeymoon phase is a phase that people connect emotionally. And we like that. That is why after honeymoon is over, many times the relationship is also over. But people try to bring back that honeymoon by using a new flirt to be able to bring that back. Because the one that you have no longer thinks that they need to be able to put in all of that energy and effort. So, and then the secrecy creates a bit of a suspense and kind of mystery that it brings to it. That marriage and full-time stable relationships tend to go into mundanity. It is just routine. It's almost, you could predict how everything would go. You could predict when they would have sex. You could predict when the person wants sex. And even in the sex act, they could predict every move that they're going to make in the sex act. So that kind of put a little thing on it. So this secrecy, the suspense, the espionage that couples who take in a chance, park up in some dark place and so on, adds a sort of flavor to a relationship that we don't seem to cherish when it comes to stable, long-time marital relationships. Right? What happens here is that there's that rush of adrenaline that takes place during this time, and that adrenaline making you feel an excitement and alive, as though you know you're living. So that is what some have said cause some people to leave a good relationship. It's not that the relationship bad, a good relationship, and stray into the next one. Alright, so I'm going to give you 2 more, and then I will check those who have comments on the line. Make sure you put your comments. If you have a question, put your question, because as I said, if I get a chance, I may want to pull out early. So put your questions in there one time. The second aspect that we want to deal with is where some people want to find themselves. Yeah, I have it on the board there for you. You can't miss it. They find themselves. They want to find themselves, because sometimes we get so lost in a relationship. We get so lost being with somebody. We live a life in order to be able to satisfy them and to live up to their expectation, that we no longer know who we are. And that unlived self, as some people call it, you want it back, because you knew you used to be going out, you knew you used to be laughing a lot, you know you used to be enjoying yourself a much, but now you're in this serious, structured, almost work home kind of life, and then bam. Not that the relationship at home is bad, but you want to find yourself. And in finding yourself, that transition that might have taken place. And let me talk to some of those people who got married very young, that after a while, after 5-10 years, they tend to want to find back because they tell themselves, oh my, all my youthfulness, I was gone because I got pregnant early, I became a mother, I became a father, and all of that. And bam, they want to have a chance now to be able to recapture something that they never did appreciate or take time off to enjoy. That is why when you're single, enjoy your single life. But when you're married, make sure you enjoy your married life. Don't try to go back to single, because there are some people leave married life to go back to single life to enjoy what they left behind, and then when they're single, they want to now get back the married life that they left. So it is that vacillation, that to and fro, and not being stable is a dangerous thing. So as people age, they want to get back to the life that they did leave behind. The same thing like when people retire. You never took holidays, you never went and do things that you want to do because it's work. But now that you're retired, you're too sick to be able to do the traveling and take up the sports that you wanted because you left all of that behind. Don't let life pass you by like that. No ma'am, no sir. Right? The children are going to leave home, and that is going to trigger this loss of identity, loss of self, because the house becomes quiet, the children are gone, and you're begging them to come and visit because you want something to be able to fill what you are accustomed to, but you're in a different phase of their life. So one of the things that people do at that time is an affair, is a relationship, to reconnect to youthfulness, to have that freedom, to explore a path that is different, right? And as I said, it's not that they're dissatisfied with what they have, but it's what they missed out before. That is why be fully single while you're single, and be fully whole while you are married. Alright? So I give you all 2. I said I was giving you all how many? 3. And then we now check what you're sharing. So let's go with the third one. The third one is opportunity. Some people call it time and chance. This is where you have a good relationship, you find yourself in another relationship, not because you set out to get into this new relationship. It isn't that you set out with any ambition to start with this thing. What it is that it is one of those things where you heard of the one night stand, where you didn't plan it, but because of a situation, you travel somewhere, you're out for a conference, you're out there for about 2-3 weeks, whatever it is, you get close to somebody, and you all get to talk and so on, and for some reason, one or the other, you end up in a relationship for the night. Nothing serious, but you horny, the person is horny, and you all end up. Sometimes people do it because they are drunk, they're not in the right mind, but sometimes they do it because they're lonely. So it isn't that they start off to do it, but it ends up so. That is what you call time and chance. The opportunity is there, and once you have attraction and opportunity, those two things, attraction plus opportunity, that is what is going to result in the straight. Attraction and opportunity. Now if you put a minus between that, if you're attracted to the person but there is no opportunity, then you're good. Or if you have the opportunity but you're not attracted to the person, you could also be good. But once you bring attraction and opportunity together, all fall down. And there are times that people not wise enough to make sure that they don't get into the state of opportunity. The Bible puts it this way: give no place to the flesh. Don't, in the one translation it says, don't make provision for the flesh. Oh, let me drop you back home now. And the person say, well, come up and get something cold to drink. It's 10 o'clock in the night. You want to tell me you don't know what's going to go down there? For you to go up there is that you are giving opportunity. You are giving place for the flesh. Just tell the person, well, you know, I just wanted to drop you home. I'll watch you get to the door and I'll bid you goodbye. Yeah. I hear some people saying, Michael must be mad. That has happened today. Alright. But that is time and opportunity. Let me see what you all saying out there now. Are you still out there? Okay. Let me see. Good evening, all of you. Tulsi, nice having you. Wayne Hackett, I hope you're feeling better. I hope things getting better. Frida Leaks, good evening. Diane, my dear sister, yep. Rock and come in, have a seat. Lauren said the chase can be considered reckless, and while living it brings pain and grief to men and women. Yep. But you know, we are human beings, my boy. That is true. It does bring pain and grief. Therefore, you have to be very, very, very conscious of that. Joanna Benjamin, thank you very much for joining us. Finding self is living in a fool's paradise with a mirage as an objective. Yeah. But everybody wants to find themselves. Everybody wants to know that this is who they are. And the thing is, it is not in the interest of a spouse to dominate the life of their partner. Because if they have to do everything that you like, the sports, watch the show you like, go the places you like, they have to always be with you, they don't have a life of their own, I think it is setting the relationship up for straight. Because sooner or later the person would want to know that this is their life and they would want to find themselves. So give people the freedom and they will put boundaries on themselves, some people. But when you take away that freedom and you're too controlling, sometimes the woman is controlling on the man, doesn't want him to go with his friends, don't want him to go anywhere, stay home every weekend, come home Friday early. But sooner or later he will want to find himself. And if it is the woman that the man is controlling, that she cannot go out with her friends and be able to have her own kind of community, then you're going to end up with the same issues likewise. Okay? Nice. Where are we now? Alright, I think we were on this one is validation. Validation, that's an important one. Some people looking for validation because there are some people with some low self-esteem issues. That low self-esteem can drive people to be in a relationship with somebody who affirms them. But you are in a relationship with somebody who doesn't affirm you, who doesn't rate you, doesn't give you your pips. But because you are in that state of lower self-esteem, somebody sees you and validates you. People are drawn like a magnet to people who can appreciate them and lift them up. This is a human desire, to be around people who appreciate being around you and lift you up. It's not something that people say that they are craving and they go after it selfishly. It is how we all are. So when you're in a relationship, and that is why if you're in a relationship with somebody, always give them the affirmations that they need, the commendation, the praise, the adoration. So women and men require it. So the men need to give the woman that, and the man needs to give the woman that. That reassurance is going to be a good defense for people who may be considering being drawn to somebody else who appreciates them. If you are really appreciating your spouse, then that other person who come in to show appreciation has to really trump you in order to be able to attract that person away from you. But if you are not doing it, it doesn't take much more than just a hello, you look nice today, and that person might be gone. Who knows? All right. So let the person feel attractive. Let your spouse feel attractive and desired, so that they don't have to be validated and be given praise. And some people's love language is words of affirmation, where the things you say mean a lot to them. Particularly with some women, it means a lot for you to say something nice to them. Also with a man, he needs to be able to hear, job well done, you did that well, I love the way how you did that, right? And that is what would cause some people to stray. There are some simple things that cause people to stray, that we take for granted, but it creates so much hurt and pain because we are not doing it. Alright? So let me give you another one that from those who studied it said that there are some people with inner turmoil. They're struggling with some things in their lives, inside of them. And these turmoils are past trauma, things that had nothing to do. This is before they met you. This is something of their history, the antecedents of their life. So they may have issues with their parents. They may have issues with their siblings, etc. But these past issues would have a lasting impact on an individual's ability to form good bonding with somebody else, like their spouse, because they never got it bonded with their brothers and sisters. They never got it bonded with their father or mother. Some people have daddy issues, some people have parental issues, some people have sibling issues, and because they're going through this, they can't make attachments to the spouse that they have. They love the spouse is treating them well, the relationship is going good, but they don't know how to bond. So if you have an insecure attachment style, is what we call it, people may struggle for intimacy. They may struggle for that, to show commitment and to show vulnerability. So even if it is a healthy relationship, that could be so. So it is their unconscious way that they use to sabotage the relationship, or to keep their own emotions safe and preserved, to avoid being hurt. They don't give themselves completely over to their spouse. And the spouse knows that. The spouse could detect, I don't have you, I don't have the full you, you're holding back on me, right? Because of those issues in the past. Okay, let me see what people are saying here now. How are you doing? I hope all are understanding as we're going along, eh? I'm just trying to catch up with what people have been saying online. Opportunity without purpose is foolish folly, says Lawrence. Samantha James, good evening. Alright, so remember, post your comments on the line. Let's see what you have to say. If you go to Amazon and you look for my book, 7 Keys to Unlock the Mystery of Women, that is on Amazon. You have it both in Kindle and you have it in also paperback. So try and get your copy now and read it and tell me what you think. Leave your comments on it, etc. It helps women to understand themselves, and it helps men to understand how women think and behave. So that one I want you all to make sure you reach. Alright, there is a get together we are having for those who joined us late. Monday is my birthday. So the Thursday after that, next week Thursday, we're having a fan club line. Even if you're not a fan club member, if you're not a fan of this program, you can still join us. We like those people to join us. Alright? So it is just a live discussion. You could share some topics that you want us to talk about. You can give your own reflection on some of the topics that touch you. You may have questions to ask about some particular issue and relationships. All of that we're going to deal with. We're going to chat very informally, unstructured, but we're just going to be alive. So we will close off a bit earlier next week Thursday in order to facilitate that. The Zoom link is on the flyer. I will put it on my Facebook page after tonight so that people can take it down and be prepared to join me on that session. I always look forward to get together with those who have been on the program to hear what you think about the program and to hear your own ideas and feedback, and also some of the things that you felt that you feel can improve on the program. Alright, so we're talking about the 7 things that cause people to stray from a good relationship, not a bad relationship, from a good relationship. People think the reason people leave relationship is because the relationship is bad or the relationship is not going good. Some relationships are going quite good, but things cause people to leave. Now, if you are here and you are looking for counseling, you see that telephone number that you have up there, WhatsApp 868-480-0080. Get help if you need help. Do your maintenance, service maintenance of your relationship. You may think that your relationship is going great. Does your spouse think so? Does your boyfriend or girlfriend think so? Don't use yourself as the judgment of it. Find out. But if you do need help, call me now, WhatsApp me, and let's talk. Get your life going better, because sometimes we need help in our challenges that we face in life. So which one we going to now? We have number 5. 2 more to go. So let's go. Let me see if I could find the next one. The next one, alright. So we spoke about the past trauma. Things that happen in people's lives before, that emotional distress that they go through. Right? So we go to, we are number 7 now. Number 7 is lost spirituality. And this goes to those who have been Christians, those who have been following God, and so on. And you've known of so many people who have been God-fearing people, living faithful, committed, genuine in the faith. And then you hear them in a relationship outside of their legitimate relationship. And sometimes people cry them down, they pass them out on them and so on. Not recognizing this along with all the other things is what everybody goes through. Now, one of the things I noticed that the Bible said is that Christ was a man like we are, and in all ways he was tempted like we are tempted. If in every way he's tempted like we are tempted, chances are, whilst Christ was on earth, he saw some beautiful women. But the Bible did say, even though he was tempted in the same way like all of us, he did not sin. So he kept his spirituality up. And those who might be listening, you know, sometimes you might tell yourself and feel guilty of some challenges that you've experienced in your relationship. It is recognizing it that helps you through this time. Because as life changes and those personal changes take place, you'll find that there are things that would happen. The Bible says in Galatians 5:16, walk in the Spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Because if you come out of your spirituality and go into your carnality, you're looking for trouble. So when you are in a relationship with God and you begin to stray, your sensitivity to gospel, your sensitivity to righteousness, your sensitivity to spiritual things becomes dull. And it could be so dull that you begin to champion the opposite of what your spiritual self would have championed for. So this spiritual disconnect can erode that self-control and accountability, and cause you to compromise on your life. So one of the things that somebody has to do is to get back dead center. Come back to how they used to be. Come back to the way how things used to be in your spiritual life. But once you start to stray from that, and you start to stray from it, it might have been through one of those time and chance we spoke about. It might have been because you grew up in a family, your father was unfaithful or your mother was unfaithful. You might have been in a situation in previous relationships when somebody was unfaithful to you and you have not recovered from it. You might have had past trauma. And now you're in this state that you're in a spiritual vacuum and you are struggling. Sometimes we just need help. But it is not impossible to get back on your horse and ride again. Because every single situation that you encounter, you can recover from, as long as you have the will to recover. Alright? So that's one of the reasons why people in a good relationship, sometimes both people are Christians, and one lose their spirituality, and eventually sometimes the second one does, or both of them lose it. Okay, let me see. We do have some time, so I might be able to give you all our next one. Let me see if there's any question online. Shep said, in addition to those mentioned, is having long eyes and insecurities for factors also. Alright, so he's asking if you have long eye. Yeah, that one is, there are some people that have the long eyes where they have this desire to always have somebody in their life, somebody new, etc. So they become so flirtatious over the years that flirting is a natural part of how they operate. So the answer to that, Chef, is yes. Okay. So let me give you one more. It isn't one that I had down there, but seeing that we have a little time again. Curiosity. When people want to know what it is like, because you would meet somebody, and I'm sure that you would have met somebody who probably married the person that they first had sex with. So they know no other person, no other man, no other woman. They either had their sex first time after marriage, or they had it before marriage, but they've never had sex with anybody else. And things going good in the relationship, 5, 6 years, 7 years. Good in the relationship. But you begin to become curious. What would it be like to have sex with somebody else? Would it be different? Would it be better? Would it be worse? Would I be more turned on? That curiosity sometimes cause somebody to leave a good relationship and go outside. Right? And you know what they say curiosity does? Curiosity kills the cat. So you may be leaving not for anything better, but just that something that is new. And newness, just like you have a furniture in your house, the furniture is strong, furniture made with good material, nothing is wrong with it, but you want to smell new furniture in the house, and you put out your good strong furniture. Buy one because Christmas come on and everybody have new furniture. You just want something new in the house, and you buy it, and that new furniture is weak as ever, break up under weight, when your good strong furniture was there all the time. And that is what sometimes some people do with relationship. You have a good strong relationship, it's not new, It's not as fancy and not as glamorous as this next one, but it's a good relationship, and you leave it for a new one. You see? Old broom, they say new broom sweep clean. I wonder if I remember it now. Let me see. New broom sweep clean, but old broom know all the corners. If I get that phrase right, that old saying from people, then all help me with it. New broom sweep clean, because the bristles are them nice and flexible and so on. But old broom know all the corners. They know where to clean. And don't neglect your relationship that you have for a new broom. You're with our spouse for many years and things get stale and boring. Yep, that happens sometimes. That's why we've got to always put some spunk, put some excitement into the relationship, do some things together, and do some things separate from the children. Have a life of your own, husband and wife, because once husband and wife stick together, the family is likely to stay together. But when we put all the time on the children and don't put time on each other, the empty nest syndrome is going to hit us sooner or later, when all the children, the birds in the nest, get big and they fly out, and you are left with that man, you are left with that woman, but you never developed a connection between you all. So all you do now is whole day is fight and quarrel and criticize, and all you can't wait for the children to come visit so that all will get some little peace, but you all are living in war. Poor thing. Alright. So as we're talking about that conflict, another one, so this is, I'm giving all the 9 now, where issues are, where there's unaddressed conflict. There are so many relationships where people don't talk out the things that bother them, and because they're not talking it out, conflict secretly builds up in the one who's not getting a chance to share and discuss what's on their mind and their heart. So that conflict and resentment builds up, and when issues are suppressed and not discussed, it could cause the person to become bitter, and that bitterness could take root. The Bible calls it a root of bitterness. So strain may become a form of escape, because that person can share what is bothering them with that next person, but they can't share it with you. So that built up could work against you, because you don't want to discuss things that bother in the relationship because it upsets you. But not getting the other person to share it may cause them to share it with somebody else, and that person may show them sympathy and empathy. And before you know it, you get huff for not eating. Alright. Okay. So you could call tonight's session "Why the Faithful Fall." Yeah. Alright, so remember we said we're going to finish kind of early tonight. I have another engagement, but before I go, let me just remind you that we are having our fan club line, and this fan club line is next week Thursday. Next week Thursday we will finish a bit early. My birthday is Monday coming, and Mondays are public holiday here in Trinidad and Tobago. And on that birthday, we're just going to sit down line. Bring your stuff to eat, man. You could eat online, on air, drink and show us what you are drinking and so on. Don't bring no alcohol, you know. We don't want nobody drunk on the show. Right? So that number is 480-0080. So that is for next week Thursday. I will put it up on the line so that you could see. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you all. Josanne, all the best. Looking forward to see you next week, my dear. Alright, all you lovely people. Just remember, keep safe, Don't overdo anything that you are going to be doing. Remember that God is on your side and He's watching you. I'm Michael Stewart. Have a good evening now. Ciao.
DJ, turn that music up, yes, turn it up louder. Never make it stop, take the message to the border. This is how we do it, cause we talk the truth to power. Walking in the spirit, walking in the water. Happy, happiness, full 100. Walking in forgiveness, full 100. Healing from disease, full 100. Totally redeemed, full 100. Strength of the youth, full 100. Friendly with the truth, full 100. Free from oppression, full 100. All we find our mission, full 100. When we meet the Jesus, I'm dying with the president. Talk before the warrior.